shortened it a bit because we understand so many members have already seen it before, and there are way too many ways to learn Git because it's such a wide technology. So let's start with, why do we need to know how to use this? Well, as RCOS, we are a collaborative coding group. We work on projects with other people, contributing to open source code, working on code with others, and we need a way to put it together. I'm sure most of us have used Google Drive or some other collaborative editing software before, where two people had two cursors in the same editor. It works great for Word document editing, but as soon as a single typo can break a program, it's no longer a realistic way to do your work. Due to that, a technology named Git was introduced, which allows true intelligent collaboration between multiple people working on the same open source project.
So, you may be asking yourself, so Justin, what is Git? Git is a version control system. There are quite a few of them out there. There's Git, Mercurial, there's SVN, there's a lot of different options. And basically what it allows is it allows you to track revisions of files. It allows you to revert back to older versions in case you screw up with your current version. And it also allows multiple people to collaborate on a single file or even multiple files at the same time without issue.
So one component at a time. The real benefit of the backups is the instant access to old code. You have no idea, once you start working on big projects like you will be here, how useful it is to have older versions of your code. If you're really deep in a project and you notice a feature that you coded last semester is suddenly broken, you can go look at last semester's code when it worked, find something that changed from there, and then move it over. Having that backup system is immensely useful, especially because it also prevents you from really losing your work from things like hardware failure as well.
Also, just another point, if let's say you're working on a project and you have this really cool idea for a new feature you want to add right now, and you have no idea whether or not it'll work, but you're a little bit hesitant to try it out because you're worried it'll break your code, now it doesn't matter. You can go ahead, try it out the code. If it doesn't work, and you don't know how to bring it back, you can just revert it right away.
And as we said, hardware solutions, you can just, your code on your laptop is going to guarantee you from not having an inevitable failure that code is correct. So what is GitHub? GitHub is a web-based service that provides you a really simple to use online Git solution that allows you to have all of your code and other people's code in a single place.
You can do both open source and closed source on GitHub. It allows you to store your code remotely. If it's open source, anyone on the internet can go in and see your code, edit your code, download your code, modify your code. Closed source, only you and people that you designate can see your code and edit your code, and you can retain control over your code and its purpose.
The formal terms for those are public repo and private repo. A public repo is a repository with your code that anyone can access, anyone can see and edit. They can't make permanent changes without your permission, but they can propose changes to you through pull requests. A private repo is one that's registered just to you and select people that you choose. Those are normally only for pay. You have to pay GitHub to have access to those. But as students with a .edu email address, you actually get 5 for free.
It's not required, but it's definitely recommended, and the officially supported option, version control, do some form of version control is, I believe, required.
So how do you use Git? The beautiful part about Git is that it's very much a technology and not a solution, and anybody can implement their own Git solution however they like. There are terminal solutions, there are user interfaces by both Git, GitHub, and multiple other third-party companies, and there are also built-in IDE ones, so if you happen to use Eclipse, Xcode, or any of many different code editors, there might be a Git solution built in. So since there are so many different ways to use Git, there are also many, many different ways to learn Git. We're not going to try and teach you Git here. Instead, we're going to give you access to a few of what we've selected as the best Git tutorials, and you can choose what the best learning style is for yourself. There are videos, written guides, interactive tutorials, practice code. There's many, many different ways to learn Git. And in this presentation, which I'll be emailing out, we have my personal favorite video. It's an hour long, but you can skip most of the intro and most of the outro because it goes into specific technologies depending on which ones you do or don't want to use. And there's also an interactive tutorial, which is a really brief way to learn the technology, and a written guide, which is really insightful.
Furthermore, I can just say that if you don't get it right away, it's okay. It took me quite a couple months before figuring out exactly how Git works, and even then, there's always something that you may not know. If you're having trouble trying to figure something out, you can use your fellow RCOS members as a bouncing board. Otherwise, you can also use Stack Overflow, and also Google is always your best friend. So if something doesn't work out, you can always go to them.
I've been using Git for a few semesters now, and I still constantly run into things that I don't understand, and that's what RCOS is great for. Since you'll be meeting with your mentors every Tuesday starting next week, you'll actually have a great interactive place to talk to people who use these technologies and ask them questions. So we heavily recommend that this week, preferably this weekend, you guys install and get Git set up on your computer, so you either have questions on Tuesday for your mentors or are ready to go on Tuesday. And of course, if you guys have any questions about anything at all, feel free to reach out to us. Any questions about anything here? Sounds good. Thank you guys very much for your time.